Hello, welcome to another channel message from the Council of Light. It is November in 2020, and yesterday was Halloween, October 31st. This time of year is always wonderful for psychic mediums such as myself. A couple of nights ago, my colleague and friend Carolyn Wilkins and I held our annual Spirit Talks event. Here in the Boston area where I live, it has snowed. We had shovelable snow. I'm looking out my windows now and it's beautifully covered on the trees. It's cold. The evergreens are just full of snowy boughs. It's beautiful. And at the Spirit Talks event, the Council of Light came through and they gave a beautiful blessing to the group that was present. And they want to be here today to share with you some more information. So I'm really excited. Let's get started and listen to what they have to say. I'm going to call them through. Greetings, bright blessings, all of you dear souls there on the earth plane. We are glad to be with you here again today. We wish you much joy, much love, much peace, much happiness as you rest inside your earthly bodies and you strive to move forward in this topsy-turvy world. We see that the energy is churning. The energy is burning. The energy is capitulating all around you there on the earth plane. So many of you are going through an experience of change. And there are waves that keep coming over and over and over again. Many of you were shocked into a pause last spring that we have referenced many times before. And now you are in a new phase of peeling away, of undoing the layers of the energetic skins. You are entering into new stages of development, new phases of projects, new avenues to explore for work possibilities. And we want you to practice being in your centeredness. And we want you to practice being in your calmness as these new avenues, these new energy portals, these new layers of energy begin to strip away and rise forward for you. There is a releasing of the old that is happening for you now. And there is a tenderness and a rawness, a pinkness, if you will, new skin, a softness, an eagerness that is vulnerable underneath. You must cultivate this vulnerability. You must step forward into the possibilities of the new, the opportunities that are awaiting you. For those of you who are sensing that change needs to come in relationship or in work, it is time to make the change. For those of you who sense that change is coming through your connectedness to your spiritual centeredness, it has arrived and you must dive in and start to make the change. We here today in this message counsel you that the next 4 to 6 weeks coming forward for you in that linear time fashion that you have procreated on the earth plane is an important space for you as human beings to develop your solidity in this newness, the new form, the new shape, the new energy, the new dimension, the new path, the new career, the new relationship movement forward for all of you. There is a lot that is bubbling and brewing. There is a lot that is peeling away. The cataclysmic shifts that experienced wide global pause back in the spring are happening again. This time there is a deepening. This time there is a knowing. This time there is a reckoning for your souls. You are able to take this next stage, this next wave of pause. Some of you are in it now. Some of you are leading into the second pause soon in your societies. Take it as a space to go deeper into your reflectiveness, into your solidity of stableness. You must be clear with your energy capacities. You must be working on a daily basis to connect with spirit. You must be working on a daily basis to connect with your sacred centers. However you do that is up to you, and it is all fine through and through and through. Whether you are meditators, whether you are prayer practicers, whether you are body movers, such as a yogic, spiritual, centered sacredness, whether you are spa lovers and you do indulgent self-care. It does not matter what you do, but you all must cultivate your connection to spirit on a daily basis. Let us practice this with you now. Pause consciously as you listen to our words. Settle into a deep and special reflective space. Become comfortable with the body. Allow it to rest in a prone position, upright or laying down. Relax all the limbs. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Allow yourself to become nourished by the breath. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Allow yourself to become touched by the spiritual sacredness of this pause. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Feel yourself being whole in your physical being on the earth plane and also in your spiritual being of your soul. Feel the two knitting together and becoming unified as one entity, soul self and physical self, aligned and in perfect harmony. Breathe in deeply. Exhale completely. Feel as your soul self knows ultimately the next step forward for you on your path. Feel as your soul self knows completely the next step forward to make yourself aligned. Feel as your soul self knows completely the next steps forward in movement of positivity for you in your life at this time. Inhale completely. Exhale deeply. Do this exercise if you don't already have one of connection with spiritual sacredness. Come back and listen to this moment here in this space that we are speaking to you today. Do this exercise daily, touching, communicating, connecting, and listening to your sacred soul selves. It is like medicine to do this, you know. It is like taking vitamins on a daily basis. It is imperative that your spiritual self is nourished much like your physical selves, your mental selves, and your emotional selves. You have all these different parts of self, and they all must have equal attention paid to them. It might sound daunting to some of you to do this on a daily basis over and over and over again with all the different parts of self coming forward into connection. And yet it is not. It is easy. When you sit in connection like this and you listen to these words, and you acclimate to this vibrational space that has been raised for you here today, you are in space of harmony with soul self, with emotional self, with spiritual self, and with physical self. You are allowing the physical body to pause and repair. You are allowing the emotional self to drain anything out that is of chaos or discordance. You are allowing the mental self to pause and refresh itself while we give messages of loving light and guidance. You are allowing spiritual self to step forward and take front and center control as you move into a space of harmony held ever so tightly and yet gently at the same time. Practice over and over and over again, daily, in and out. You are a divine soul being that has contracted to come into a physical soul self being on the earth plane. Your physical soul self forgets that the spiritual soul self comes first. You will always be spiritual soul self from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime to lifetime. You will only be physical soul self in this lifetime. In the next physical soul self lifetime that you incarnate in, you will be different. In this lifetime, the you that you have incarnated into is unique to this lifetime. Allow the spirit to come forward. Allow your soul knowingness to be acclimated in this time, in this space, in this now, in this here, and in this place. Change can feel uncertain. Change can feel wary. And yet change is always happening. And it is always necessary for you to grow and blossom and become the next best version of yourself. Allow the change that is coming in the next 4 to 6 weeks to hold on and to guide and to show as you move forward. Do not be afraid. Take a leap and know that you are with spiritual connectedness at all times. Call on your ancestors, call on your tribe, call on your guides, call on your divine sacred beings of loved ones, of sacred, spiritual, religious, faith-based spirit, of any of the sacred soul self spiritual connection that you call upon. It does not matter whom, just call. Be in relationship with spirit as you move forward in your lives. Connect, listen, be held, be guided deeply. This particular instance, listening here today to these words, is one way. We are not the end all be all for you. You have other spiritual connective resources, each of you unique, like a pathway, a thumbprint, or a snowflake, all different and all special. Tap in. It's time. We thank you for listening to our message today. We wish you bright blessings on this glorious day. Fill yourselves from head to toe with the avatar of light, spiritual and sacred, ever so bright. We bring it forward to you now. Breathe in very deeply. Exhale completely. Know that you are filled with light and you may move forward into your day or your night, complete, whole, sacred, and spiritually filled. And may your cups continue to runneth over. Namaste, adieu, and goodbye for now. Thank you all so much.